Let's move on to the next question. A rectangular sheet of tin 45 centimeter by 24 centimeter. So length and breadth of a rectangular sheet is given, is made into a box without a top. By cutting off squares from each corner and folding up the flap, what should be the side of the square to be cut off so that the volume of the box is maximum? So just a sheet is there, right? A rectangular sheet is there. What the rectangular sheet? Now this is a rectangular sheet, right? Have you seen in the sweet when you go for a sweet stall, they'll be having the boxes, right? Sweet boxes. Initially, how the boxes will be, and they'll just try to fold from the on both the sides. From the left, they'll try to fold on all the four sides they make, and they'll make it as a rectangular box. Now, if you go for any of the sweet stall, no sweet stall, the box that they'll be making is from the rectangular sheet only. They'll try to make it. So this is the rectangular sheet, right? So what they will do is they'll cut off from here, cut off from here, and what they are going to cut off from here and cut off from here. So this is the gap on the four side. So this will be the square one. This will give you the square. They will cut off these squares from all the four sides. So what happens is now your this thing will be in this form. This part which is there, this part will be folded upside, and this part will also be folded. This part will also be folded on the top. This part will also be folded. When it is folded, then it becomes the rectangular box. It will become the rectangular box of this form. You're trying to fold it. So as we fold, it becomes a rectangular box of this form. So here, the folding that is there on the fourth side, this is your first side folding, right? The first side folding will come over here. The second side folding will come over here. The third side folding will come over here. And the fourth side folding which is there will come over here. And the plane surface that you have over here at the bottom will be as it is there at the plane. So from the top one will be open. Is this clear how the box is being done? Tin, rectangular sheet of tin, 45 centimeter. Length is given as 45 centimeters. Right? Breadth is given as how much? Breadth is given as 24 centimeters. Is to be made into a box without top. Top is not there by cutting off squares. So the squares at the four corners are being cut and folded up the flaps. What should be the side of the square to be cut? So he is talking about this square. How much you need to cut this one? Squares, all the squares that are there. How much you need to cut so that the volume of the box is maximum. The box that you are creating, maximum volume should be there in that box. The volume of the sweet that is being packed in that particular box should be maximum. That is what he says. Anything, whatever you're packing there. That's the question. Or from here to here, because all are square. This length, I'll take it as x. Right? And because it is a square, will this be also x? Because it is a square, no? All the sides are the same. If this side length is x, this side length will also be x, this will also be x, and this will also be x, right? Let the length of the square be is equals to x, right? That is what we are taking. So once you have got the length to be equals to, that is what we are assuming. Now after removing, what will be the length of this length of the rectangular sheet? Length of the rectangular sheet will be how much? 45 centimeter. 45 centimeter, right? Now, after I remove this boxes from here, this box is removed, this box is removed. and this box is also removed. So what is removed? This X length is removed from here. X length is removed from here. So therefore, length of the rectangular sheet, length of the rectangular sheet after cutting off square, after cutting off square. So actual length is 45, and from the left hand side one x is removed, so minus x. On the right hand side one more x is removed. So it is 45 minus x will give you minus 2x. Now let us go for the breadth of the rectangular sheet. The breadth of the rectangular sheet, it is 24 centimeters. If that is the case, then we have to go for the breadth of the rectangular sheet, the breadth of the rectangular sheet after cutting the square, after cutting off the square. Go for the breadth over here. If you go for the breadth, this side, this is the breadth 24. This side one x is removed because it is a square there. Bottom, this one is a square. On the top you are having square. All the sides are the same. X is removed here, x is removed over here. So how many x are removed? 2x are removed. Therefore, its value will be 24 is there. 1x from the top, 1x from the bottom is being removed. Therefore, we'll be getting 24 minus 2x. But since we are not talking about the rectangular box will become what? Once this is forming a rectangular box, it is a three-dimensional figure. This rectangular box in a three-dimensional figure will be called as a cuboid, right? It becomes a cuboid. It becomes a box, open box. So for open box, for the cuboid, the volume, the formula that you are having is volume is equals to length into breadth into height. Length is obtained, breadth is obtained. What about the height? That's the question. What about the height? Height, if you try to observe this 1, 2, 3, and 4, 4 folds you have done here. When you are trying to fold it, that means this particular length, this length that is there from here to here, this length is nothing but x. Now why it is x? Because the cutting that you have done over here, this represents your x value and this represents your x value. It is a square now. If I try to complete this square, if I try to complete this square, this will be x value, this will be x value, this will be x value, and this will be x value. Right? So that will be representing x. And when you try to fold, that folding has come outside here, x. Do you agree with this one? Now this will represent the height. So height will be x. After cutting, you're taking it on the top, right? As you fold, it comes on the top and the height will be x. Therefore, the height of the cuboid, the height of the box, the height of the box will be equals to x. Hence, the box is a cuboid. The box is a cuboid. Therefore, the volume of the cuboid will be nothing but length into breadth into height. What is the length you have? Length, I have calculated 45 minus 2x, this one. Length that I have calculated, length is 45 minus of x, 45 minus of 2x. So let's write down 45 minus of 2x, 45 minus of 2x into breadth. Breadth is over here. Breadth of the rectangular sheet is 24 minus 2x. Therefore, we'll be having into 24 minus 2x. 24 minus 2x into height. height, just now we have calculated the height of the box. So what is the height of the box that we have calculated? Height of the box, we have taken it as x. So therefore, height of the box will be into x. So let me take the volume as V. Now let us just try to multiply and simplify this one. I have to check for the maximum value. So if we want to get the maximum value, let us try to multiply this one. Let us simplify before we go for the maximum. So first I'll take this x and multiply this x inside. Multiply this x inside for both the terms. So this 45 minus 2x will be as it is. I'm multiplying this x inside. It is 24 into x will give you 24x minus 2 as it is. X into x will give you x square. So this multiplication is over. Now further I'll try to multiply this 45 with this 24 minus 2x and also multiply this 2x with this entire term. So let's see what happens over here. 45 is multiplied by 24x minus 2x square, and this minus 2x is multiplied by 24x minus 2x square. So let us multiply. It is 45 multiplied by 24. So will it be 1080? Is it right? 1080 and x is there. 45 times of 2 will be 90 and x square is there. Then minus sign is there. It will give you 48. X into x will give you x square. Next, minus of minus will be plus. 2 times of 2 will be 4. X into x square will give you x cube. Or further, if I try to simplify, first you are having 4x cube. I'm writing in the descending powers of x. First x cube, then x square. I think x square, there is no x here, only x square. So minus 90 minus 48. Therefore, you have to add it. Minus 90 minus of 48. So is it 138? So minus 138 x square. Then x term you are having plus 1080 x. 1080 x. So you have x cube term, x square term, and x term, right? Now I need to differentiate this one. Let us try to differentiate this. So volume V is there. Let's try to differentiate with respect to x. So if we try to differentiate this with respect to x, we'll be getting dv by dx is equals to 4 as it is. Differentiation of x cube will be 3x square minus 138 as it is. Differentiation of x square will be 2x. 1080 differentiation of x with respect to x will be 1. Now let's try to multiply. 4 times of 3 will be 12. 12x square minus 8 to the 16, 7, 276x. You have 1080. But because you have dv by dx, to find out the value of x, you have to equate it to 0. So to find x, consider dv by dx to be equals to 0. And we have this dv by dx is nothing but your 12x square minus 276x plus 1080 is equals to 0. So we need to factorize this one to get the roots of the given equation. But factorizing this value directly will become difficult. So it is better you take something common here. What can you take common? 23 times of x, just check it. 23 times will give 276 plus similarly 1080 divided by 12. 12 lines are right, 108, and then this 10. Will it be 90? Is it right? Just check it. Are you getting this value? Okay, now you have to divide the entire expression by 12. If you divide the entire expression by 12, or you can just cross multiply. X square minus 23x plus 90 is equals. Cross multiply the 12. 0 by 12 will be 0 itself. Now, because it is a quadratic equation, you can find out the roots of this quadratic equation. So for that, you multiply the first and the last term. You'll be getting plus 90 x square. Now you have to choose two terms in such a way that if you multiply, you have to get 90x square. If you add, you have to get 23. So for that, let us take the LCM and see. So take all prime factors. We'll start with 3. 3 threes are 9, 0. Again, 3 tens are 30. Then again, 2 fives are 10. Now, which combination will give us this 90? Let's just try to check it. 18 times of 5, x into x. And because you have to get plus here, but here addition has to be minus 23. So can I write it as minus 18 minus 5? Minus 18 minus 5 will give you minus 23 along with this x. Are you getting this one? So now if you try to rewrite over here, this is x square. In place of minus 23, I'll be writing minus 18x minus 5x. And this plus 90 is equals to 0. Or if you take group the first two and the last two. So here x is common, you will be left out with x minus. Because x is taken common outside, you are left out with 18. Here minus 5 is common, x is minus of minus will give you plus. Right now, you just try to divide it. 90 by 5, what you'll be getting? 5, 5 ones are 5, 4 carry, 5 eights are 40, 18 will be getting. The same value, whatever you're having there. So now further prove this one, x minus 18 is common. So if you remove x minus of 18 common, what will be left out? X minus 5 will be left out. Or equate each of the value to 0 there. X minus of 18 will become equals to 0. X minus of 5 will be 0. Or x will be equals to minus 18 when it goes on this other side, it becomes plus 18. Minus 5 goes on the other side, becomes x is equals to 5. So you have found out the value of x. But now if you want to find out the maximum minimum, you have to go for the second order derivative and check which value will give us the, what do you say, positive value or negative value. So if x is 18, go back to the length and breadth because we wanted to find out the length, breadth and height, right? What is the length we are having? So I'm just checking these values. Put two cases, put x is equals to 18. What is the length you are having? Length is, was that? (45 minus 2x). That was the length, right? 45 minus 2x. 45 minus 2x. So therefore you are having 45 minus 2 times of 18. 45 minus of 36. Therefore, now if you try to get this value, however, will be greater than 0, no problem. Breadth value that you're having is 28 minus 28. What is that? Breadth value is 24 minus 2x. It is 24 minus 2x. Breadth is 24 minus 2x. Therefore, it is 24 minus 2 times of 18. That is 24 minus of 36. So will it be negative over here? It is minus of 12 is less than 0. He says B, breadth. Can the measurement be negative? It is not possible. Therefore, negative value is not possible, is not acceptable for the breadth. Therefore, I cannot consider the value of x to be 18. X to be 18 cannot be considered. Now go for x is equals to 5. So that is the second case. This was case number 1. Now we'll go for case number 2. So put the value of x is equals to 5. So what will be the length? Length L will be equals to 45 minus 2x. Therefore, it is 45 minus 2 times of 5. It is 45 minus of 10 will be how much? 35. Breadth B will be 24 minus 2x. That is 24 minus 2 times of x value will be 5. So this 24 minus of 10 will be how much? Its value will be 14. So both are positive. So this is acceptable. So we have got the length, breadth, and height also you can measure. And height will be x itself. And you have got the value of x to be 5. So we have identified the length, breadth, and height. So, but whether it is a for maximum, we need to go for double dash. That means let us try to differentiate this one. dv by dx, if I am taking this as equation number 1, so I have to differentiate this one. Differentiate equation number 1. Differentiate equation number 1. So this is to find maximum or minimum. So this is the value of dv by dx, right? Now to find maximum, we have to once again differentiate this one. Differentiate with respect to x. So we'll be getting d square by v by dx square is equals to 12 as it is. Differentiation of x square will become 2x. Then 276 derivative of x will be 1. 1080 is a constant, derivative will be 0. Or further, if you try to multiply, 12 times of 2 will be 24x. Minus 276, 1 will give you 276. All right, if you try to observe this question, what is given? What should be the side of this square to be cut off so that the volume of the box is maximum? So now we have got, because it is less than 0, we got the volume to be maximum. So which values of this length, breadth, and height are making the volume to be maximum? We know the length. He's talking about only the length and breadth because of the rectangular shape. So what is the length we have? Length we have is x here. After you cut off, length you are having over here. Length of the rectangular shape after cutting off will be 45 minus 2x. So we need to write down that particular value. So what is that side which is being cut off? Only x. What is the x value you got? What is the value of x we have got? Just now we have got it, right? The value that we are considering, which is making the volume to be maximum. This value. Therefore, you can say the side of the rectangular square cut is how much? X is equals to 5. So when you try to cut this square, so you're just talking about this square which is cut, this particular square that you have cut here, that gives us the rectangular, how much length we need to cut. So based on that, because you are cut with the length as x, that is the reason why we're getting the maximum volume. So that's the final answer. Getting it?